So what's up everybody, this is going to be a video about why Zoro's death is necessary. Last time we saw Zoro, it looks like the Grim Reaper just took him, so it makes me believe that Zoro might have just passed away, but this video will explain as to why Zoro needs this and why it will help him get stronger. Alright, so let's get into this. First of all, if you like anime, manga reviews, discussion, spoilers, and theories, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, comment. This is my One Piece channel. If you guys want to see Black Clover content, look at my main channel. Watch out for the Discord and the Patreon. The reason why I think Zoro is dead and his death will have some significance in the story is because the last line he had when he was fighting King the Wildfire. During that fight with King, Zoro, he basically said, I will help Luffy even if I have to become the King of Hell. We learned from Kaido that Zoro has King's Haki, the Conqueror Spirit. The fact that we know that, and he fought literally a opponent named King while saying that he's going to be the next King of Hell, and then the Grim Reaper comes and it makes it look like Zoro died. It is a possibility that Zoro might have died, at least temporary. It's obviously not going to be permanent. He might see the afterlife in One Piece and he might actually just dominate all the evil spirits and become the King of Hell in that sense. Or it could be a metaphorical way that Zoro, he dies, maybe he meets somebody that was related to him in the past, or he meets his childhood friend that he did promise that he would become the world's best swordsman. So he could meet her in the afterlife and that will cause him to get stronger. Maybe there's a possibility that Zoro's sword become permanently black after Zoro comes back to life in whatever way. It could be the medicine that Caesar gave Chopper that obviously Zoro used, and that might have caused him a temporary death, but he's still alive and just an inch away from death. If that's the case, Zoro goes to the underworld or goes to hell, whatever he's at. He starts fighting evil spirits and conquering them. There's a case that Zoro can come back and his conqueror's haki becomes that much stronger and he's able to control it. So it might be that Zoro's temporary death could be like a training arc for him. And if he comes back, maybe that conqueror's haki, he can encode it on his swords, which will make them permanently black. That is my theory on this. I think that's a possibility that could happen. I mean, obviously Zoro is not going to stay dead. There's no way Zoro is going to actually die here. We all know that he's going to be with Luffy towards the end of the trip. However, there might be a time where Zoro is just completely not going to be able to fight. So I could see that after Kaido's defeated, the Straw Hats having Zoro can't get out of bed. I could see the Straw Hats keeping Zoro around, knowing most likely he might be alive. That could be the case where there's going to be like a couple of chapters or maybe half an arc where we think Zoro is dead, but the story could go to Zoro learning more about the underworld and all that stuff, and then he quote unquote becomes the King of Hell, comes back, and he's just going to be on a whole nother level. I don't know if that's the case. I don't think Oda is going that route, but it would be interesting if we have like a couple of chapters, maybe 4, 5, 10 chapters where Zoro is literally in the underworld. And also Zoro, a lot of his attacks kind of been hinted that he has some type of connection with demon, something similar to that. For those who don't know, Onis are something very big in Japanese mythology. Basically, Onis are evil spirits that eventually become a demon or become an Oni. So what happens if Zoro, if he actually goes to the underworld, somehow he becomes an Oni in the underworld, and because Caesar's drug might have just given him a temporary death but not a permanent death, what he learned in the underworld as an Oni, he can use it when he comes back alive to the real world. Of course, a lot of people are not going to like this too much because they don't want Zoro to die, and I'm one of them. Zoro is one of my favorite characters, but it's kind of hinted that Zoro might have died. I mean, maybe it might just be for dramatic effects, but it's a possibility that Zoro might have died. We all know that Zoro isn't going to stay dead. He's going to continue being alive until they reach the final island, and then after that, who knows? Because Zoro does live like a wild life. He could die fighting some other swordman. We don't know. He could die doing something reckless. Still, I think Zoro's power-up is going to be with his journey with the afterlife, and then him coming back to life and using what he learned in the afterworld with his swordsmanship and his conqueror's haki. Opponents like King won't be that difficult for him in the future. But yes, that's basically what I have to say about this. Let me know what you think about this theory. Do you actually think that Zoro actually died, or do you think it's just Oda trying to make it more dramatic? Do you think if Zoro dies, it's going to be a huge power up for him where he actually is able to get stronger when he goes to the underworld? Like if you liked the video, comment, subscribe, and I'm out of here.